Good evening, citizens of Jeff. I hope you guys are having a fantastic Thursday evening. It has been our first rest day of the Yes We Can challenge. I'm loving seeing the interaction that we've had in the accountability and support groups. Everything I've been seeing on the Jeff Together Facebook page, really inspiring. You guys are absolutely killing the month of March, and the engagement stats all across Jeff right now are hitting real record levels. Everyone's really engaged across all our platforms, on the one-on-one, on the grad program, on club, on live. A large percentage of you that we haven't seen in the last couple of months is really engaged right now, which is really encouraging to see. So keep up the good work. The president is most pleased. This is quite awesome month. I'm really excited. If you are here, please do swipe in. Let me know you were here so I can address you, my citizens of Jeff. Just do me a favor and just add your name onto the comments so I can make sure I know exactly who I'm speaking to, even if Facebook does this thing where it hides your name temporarily. So just let me know who you are, where you're swiping in from. This is quite a awesome evening. I get to announce two new cabinet members onto our cabinet. Two very deserving people. And what I like most about it is two people who are brought in for the people, by the people, which is quite exciting. Tanielle, hello, and good evening. We have Carrie in the building, hello. Bianca, hi there. Visel, good evening. Lizelle, hello. Hope you're having a fantastic evening. So nice seeing you. Thank you for everyone who voted and participated in the elections. Elections are quite an important process in electing your officials. Always, you gotta make sure that you're electing the right people, the people you actually want to see. Love, power and privilege that comes with being as part of the cabinet. So you want to make sure this goes to people who are going to represent what you're about and what you want to see heading into the rest of the month of March. So quite excited, quite pleased, if I'm allowed to bring my opinion on it, on the winners we have elected into the positions. Hi, Elzon. Terry, good evening. I also need to announce the winners of the accountability group team name competition. We had some really great entries come in. There were some really great names who didn't actually enter in or entered a little bit late and could not win. But through a little random selection, I'm glad to announce the honorable members. You guys have won the accountability group team name competition. We will be in contact. A member of my administration will be in contact to give you your prize. Congratulations, honorable members. Quite a catchy name. I do like that. It's quite excellent there. Mary Lynn, hello. It reminds me, actually, I wanted to send you a text message. Just hit me up after this so I don't forget. We have the Minister of Stability in the building. Hello. Yeah, it was nice to see you there, Dom. So today, without further ado, I'm going to announce who the elected officials who will be joining us in the month of March, starting off with the Minister of Inspiration. You know him, you love him. He has been a massive pillar, a massive source of inspiration in the Jeff community for the longest time now. He's pretty much part of the furniture. The man who is larger than life, Mr. Stefan Berger. Could you please join me on screen?
There we are.
Mr. Stefan Berger, so how are you doing this evening?
Wonderful, thank you, Mr. President.
As my new Minister of Inspiration, how does it feel to be elected by the people into this position?
It's extremely humbling and it's a lot of pressure, but a lot of good pressure. Fortunately, there's so much inspiration doing the rounds, that I don't feel alone. It feels like I've got a small army of inspirational fighters, behind me, in my own little support groups and on Jeff, generally on Jeff Together. There's just so many people that keeps me going, I think I'm actually, yeah, there's so many other people that I think does it a lot more than I do. I just maybe struggle a bit more to get to do it.
But part of what makes you inspirational is you're not one of those people who filters their good moments and their bad moments and only show the good. You're very open, vulnerable, and honest, and you show us the whole journey. And what's nice about that is the vast majority of us are going to have struggle in our journey. It's not going to be the perfect linear from start to finish. Everything went perfectly. It's going to be peaks and troughs, uphill battles, and the like. So the fact that you are so open and honest about your journey, and despite all the pitfalls you may see, the amount of progress and success that you've had with the amount of effort you put in, I think that is what makes you the inspirational beacon to the community that you are.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I mean, when I started with Jeff together, it's I think it's almost exactly 2 years now. It was just in lockdown when lockdown started, and we almost at that stage. And I started documenting and I started journaling. Basically, one of the reasons I said is that the community grew and the support grew, and I said that I won't be able to back out now that I've put it out there. So and that's probably one of the reasons why I put the good and the bad out there, because I can't back out. So if I pretend that it's just all going well, well then I should have been looking like you already, But
you're getting close, my man. You're getting close.
give me time. So, but no, yeah, it's a journey. It's a ride. It's a roller coaster sometimes. But yeah, the one thing that's always there is sort of this family that one has either met or not met, but you seem to know them already, ne?
That's what I love about this community. It's whether you've seen each other in person or not. It's through sharing our experiences like you have. It's people already feel like they know you. I've been lucky enough to meet you a handful of times, but it's always like when we met the first time and when we continue to meet up in person, it's like you skip that awkward stage of like trying to get to know this person. It's like, actually, even though I'm only physically in your presence every now and again, I feel like I know you quite well. So it's a nice thing about this community that we're able to do that. And that also resonates quite heavily with the next person I'm going to bring in now. Someone I also feel like I almost feel like I feel like I know her better than I actually do. So it'd be nice to spend a couple minutes with her now as well to get to know her a little bit. So next, I'm going to be announcing to you the Minister of Support. Again, could not have gone to a more deserved person. I would like to bring the legend herself, Auntie Pat, onto the screen.
Good evening, guys, and thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you so much for joining us this evening. In the first couple minutes of you on screen, I want you like how do you feel about being presented with this elected position?
It's such a humbling honor. I really actually feel so great. I never thought this possible. And my engagement with the coaches and the community at large has been such a journey that is undescribable. This is like family to me, and I just simply love the support that I get from every individual on this platform. The love and the realness of everybody is so humbling, and I would never trade Jeff in for any other platform. Never.
Oh, that warms my heart. Honestly, warms my heart. Minister of Inspiration, Stefan. I would like to in your best estimation, why do you think Auntie Pat was voted into this position by the people? What makes her quite special?
Well, I hope this analogy won't sound too strange, but I think Auntie Pat to the Jeff community is like Mrs. Balls and Oma Rusks and those sort of things to the bigger South Africa. It's just it's like it's always been there. It will always be there, and everybody knows it and everybody loves it.
You're an institution like all on your own.
A brand, she's like a brand. Eh?
Could not agree more. No, Auntie Pat, like you're one of the people who it's almost a surefire bet. 9.9 times out of 10, I'm going to see you in some shape, way, or form in the Jeff platform. You'll either greet us during a live, whether you're doing that session or not. You'll post about the effort you're putting in. It's just that, as Jono likes to put it, that consistent drumbeat towards the goal. Like you don't skip a day. You're always there, always accountable. The first person to put up your hand. And even though, and I'm saying that even though you're doing that primarily for yourself, for your own health, for your own fitness, inevitably that kind of dedication and commitment bleeds out into the rest of the community. And everyone saw it, everyone has seen it, everyone appreciates it. And that is the reason why you are here today with us.
Absolutely. Absolutely. If there's anything I could impart right now, it's knowledge about exercise. And that is the one thing that has really brought me a long way. And entering my 60th year is going to be a milestone for me because I'm physically fit. Jono knows I had a mishap in July while on a challenge, and I had a dislocated shoulder. That only stopped me from exercising for 2 days in the challenge. On the third day, I was back to my normal with the one arm down, but I was still doing it. And I have since stopped doing as many sessions as I used to. But I make sure I still get my 1 hour in, because for me, an hour a day is what makes you feel good. It gives you a good sense of accomplishment to go on your day feeling absolutely great about yourself. And it really makes me feel good. You know, it's releasing those endorphins, releasing those stress levels, and just dedicating that hour to yourself is something that, you know, people need to look at, because these are things that make you. And if you can't give an hour to yourself, then you never going to accomplish anything. So I feel good being 60 and feeling as great as I do right now. I can only attribute this to exercise.
That is powerful.
Yeah, I always wondered why they called you Auntie Pat, because you look 40 to me, you know. So I was thinking, okay, you must be somebody's auntie, but now I know, but I wouldn't have guessed that.
It took me forever to realize, because like I just came into the whole. It started off with the instructors. I heard them saying it first, and I came in, and I'm like, well, everyone calls her Auntie Pat, so I'm just gonna roll with what everyone else is saying, but I don't actually know why. Until I found that out, I was like, okay. It's because you otherwise wouldn't give her the respect she deserves. You would think she's like, she's more or less my age. It's let you know that, listen, she has a little bit more life experience than you do.
But once again, it's like those famous brands I mentioned. They just never get old, you know. And I think that's what the case with that as well.
Timeless. Auntie Pat, I'm going to offer Stefan the same exchange. What do you think has sort of put him with us here today? Why is he a beacon to the rest of the community?
I think Stefan's outlook at exercise and what it has done for him health-wise has really made him outshine everybody. I mean, we've seen his transformation. He has done phenomenally well. His total outlook on exercise is completely, it's something that you cannot describe. I mean, Stefan I've been following his journey. I've been reading his posts, and he's so inspiring. And not only to, the Jeff community, but the people around him. I mean, he's inspired his workers, and he's done so much for the community. That is a true legend in my terms, you know. I mean, you've done so much. And he's really, his vulnerability is what outshines everybody. I mean, I was reading his post today, and I just thought of myself. I mean, I've had a stroke. I've had a spine op. I've been through 12 AK-47 bullets. I've been around the mill, you know, and if I can survive all of that and still come here to tell a tale, it strengthens you from deep within, and it makes you realize that, you know, you've got to work this. Because I've been through depression for 2 years where I literally lived like a couch potato, and I've been on antidepressants for 2 years where after the ordeal with the hijacking. So you know, that in itself would make one realize that you can get out of depression through exercise. There was nothing else. I had to wean myself off antidepressants only because of exercise. That is what helped me get off that couch. And I've never looked back. This happened in 2008. And since then, I've been as healthy as ever. Even though I had the operation, I've had the stroke, I've had the dislocated shoulder, I had a fall on my arm where I fractured my arm. None of that has stopped me. Nothing. So, you know, excuses are for the faint-hearted, and I keep reiterating this to people just to make people realize that exercise is the one thing that you cannot eradicate from your life. If you want to live a healthy and fit life, you've got to exercise.
That is amazing. So, that is amazing. I've just now decided, as you were talking, that what I need to do is we need to do a separate segment outside this where we get to know you and the other cabinet members a little bit more in depth, because I feel like there's a wealth of experience behind where you are now, both of you, and what your journeys have been, that I think the rest of the community needs to hear and can benefit from hearing. Because up until just now, I had no idea the kind of story you come with, the kind of experiences you come with, and to hear where you've been, to see where you are now, it's a night and day difference, and it's almost I almost can't fathom like what was the journey like getting from point A to point B. That is absolutely amazing.
It's been difficult, really, it was. But thanks to Jeff, I am myself again.
That is like I'm getting quite goosebumpy right now, actually. that is absolutely amazing. No, I'm very excited that both of you are here. I'm very excited that both of you are going to help me lead lead our people for the rest of the month of March, and I'm hopeful. I'm excited for what the future is going to bring. I think this is we're in a powerful time here at Jeff. Our community has never been stronger, and yet I see a path for us to become even stronger than we are now. And I think with the help of the two of you, we are definitely going to get there. So with Stefan, like where in the next couple weeks, couple months, like where do you think this community can sort of get to?
Yeah, you know what? When it started in lockdown, I think a lot of us maybe thought maybe this is going to be a temporary thing, and it's going to. At one stage, it was not a small group, but it was like a fixed group. And there's a lot of dynamic, I think, going on at the moment, which I really like. There's all the very inspirational, always there people that you know, which brings that familiarity and that sort of safety almost. But there's also freshness and new wonderful success stories. You know, when I get so excited when we see some of the testimonies for the one-on-ones and stuff like that. It's like, it's if I dare to start thinking I'm gonna slack down, or I'm tired, or I can't, I just can't do this anymore, I'm gonna take a break, one of those pops up from someone that's basically very new to the community, and then this is it needs to be dynamic, and that's happening, and I think that's wonderful. There's a safety in familiarity and in the known, but I think it's exciting that there's new programs, there's new challenges. The whole club thing, that was a big change, and for a lot of people very scary. But I think it's just bringing so much more to the table, and I think going into the seasonal change now is a tough time for most people, physically, psychologically, motivationally, and I think there's a lot of freshness at the moment in terms of new challenges and new opportunities, and the coaches and the times, the 5 a.m.s. There's something for everybody, and I think that's gonna sustain the growth, and it's gonna keep people going.
Yes, yes. It's something we're all very excited for, and it's something that I think is going to be quite. We have like I was explaining to you two earlier. We have the Jeff government who is running this month, and then there's the organization that supersedes the government, who have a lot of plans for us in the next coming months. Many of which I'm not privy to discuss in a public forum such as this quite yet, but there's quite exciting and inspiring things that are coming up in the near future. So we're sort of preparing our citizens to be receptive to that by getting them on the right track, getting us together, getting our foundations and our basics solid, learning how to keep that consistency so that when these new exciting changes come, they're changes that come in, stick hard, and serve us good moving into the future. And you two are going to play a very integral role in that. And I'm also announcing today that there will be 3 other new cabinet members who will also join us next week, who are also going to play as important and integral role towards that. So I'm letting everyone know now and start the thought process going, because again, these members will be for the people, by the people. We're looking for 3 new cabinet members. It'll be the Minister of Hype. So the Minister of Hype is the community member amongst us who is always positive, excited, making things as fun as possible, and always has a good vibe. We want a Minister of Consistency, someone who is always consistent themselves and preaching consistency in the community to keep that consistent drumbeat going. The 3rd position is going to be a position I want the community to come up with. So I want you to nominate what you think that position should be and who you think the best person for that position is. So 3 positions: hype, consistency, and a 3rd one to be determined. And all 3 I want to come from the community. So on Jeff Together, with the hashtag nominate, or any variation of that word, just so I can find all the posts and make sure nothing sneaks by my watchful eye. I want you guys to come up with that. You have until end of Tuesday for all your nominations and suggestions. We will do the elections on the Wednesday, and the winners will be announced Thursday, similar to now. So that is what the next foreseeable future is going to look like. Quite exciting. It's going to be quite a good cabinet. I'm excited for. Made up of instructors, made up of community members. You're free to nominate any coaches if that's what you want to do. But I want it to be for the people, by the people, and that's the drumbeat we're going to go with in this month, which I'm quite excited for. So in closing, I want to reiterate our invitation to everyone to the Buffalo March happening on Saturday. If you have not yet created a group, found a group, get together as a community. Let's really solidify our foundations together, because no Jeff member is an island. We are a community. So we're taking these opportunities where the pandemic isn't trying to kick us down and we can actually meet in person. Let's take these opportunities to meet, be integrated in your community, support each other, help each other, invite new individuals to join so that our community can grow, thrive, and we can change lives together, because we can't do this alone. Each and every one of you, which is why we have cabinet members from the community. Each and every one of us has a responsibility to help the next person thrive as we have thrived. So that is what I want to say in closing. Minister of Support, Auntie Pat, your closing statements for us, please.
I just want to tell everybody that, every member on this platform should show up every morning. I mean, make it your routine. Get your gear ready at night. Make it a routine and say, I am going to do this and I will fulfill this. And you've got to your mindset has to be 100% in the right place. And once you've got that right, you will achieve success. There is no two ways about it. So get up, show up, and get your stuff done.
Love that. Love that. Hashtag Minister of Inspiration, Mr. Stefan Berger, sir. Your last words.
Yeah, I think it's similar, but I just that's been my motto this year so far. Tomorrow we do it again. And so no, but it doesn't matter how it went today. Tomorrow we go at it again, and sometimes tomorrow is difficult, and then there's always tomorrow we go again. So it's just over and over until you get it right, you know. And I often tell my boys, you know, just try to be better than you were today. So if you had a bad day today, it might be easy to be better than today. If you had a great day, then it's a bit more difficult to be better. But as long as you keep on going that way, somewhere along the line you'll get where you want to be, and you won't fall back. That's the big thing for me.
Truer words have never been spoken. Mr. Stefan Berger, Auntie Pat, thank you kindly for your presence here. Thank you for everything you do for this community, and thank you for agreeing to join my cabinet so we can lead this community together. And all my Jeff citizens watching at home, community, consistency, and connection. These are the words for the month of March. Have a fantastic Thursday evening. May God bless Jeff and all of our people. Good night.
Good night.
Maart